Hey Alexei, how you going?
I'm good. I'm a little bit nervous.
All right, excellent. Well, nothing to be nervous about. We'll guide you through the process. So, Have you tried VR before?
Yes.
Okay.
It set off my vertigo last time I did it.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I'm Cameron James.
And I'm Alexei Toliopoulos.
If he gets hit by a car in the virtual reality space, does he die in the real world?
He won't die in the real world.
Okay.
We're two journalism degree dropouts obsessed with solving mysteries.
And if you don't believe us, listen to these two podcasts for proof.
Alexei, would you be interested in walking out to reach and get a slice of cake?
I'll try. Yeah.
Oh my God, you got it. Eat it.
The world of video games is a hotbed for urban legends and conspiracies.
Was 1980s arcade game Polybius part of a CIA mind control program? Was a Pokemon village so cursed, kids came down with an illness called Lavender Town Syndrome?
But there's one gaming mystery that remains unsolved, involving a famous rapper and a cult, and it fucking fascinates us.
You're gonna have to turn around to get back into that elevator.
Oh my God.
My God. You're in heaven, I think.
It's actually quite nice here.
Welcome to Finding Yeezus.
So, for the last few months, we've been researching a brand new mystery, the mystery of Kanye Quest 3030. I mean, how would you explain what that is?
It's an online video game, an RPG role-playing game that somebody uploaded to the internet. All we know about this somebody is they're a creator known by the name of Phoenix.
No one knows who Phoenix is? Did you ever play the video game when you were younger?
I did, when I was younger, my glory days, if you will. Me and my friends got around, we had some beers, playing the game.
How young were you?
I was of age, I promise you. I didn't drink underage in 2013. We were all Kanye West fans, and it's just like that perfect, like, meme-y type of humor, and you play as him going around this town. It's like Pokemon. So battling Pokemon, you're battle rapping other famous rappers, Tupac, Biggie, etc., in a quest to become the #1 in the world.
So this game, it kind of like, it popped up briefly in the culture. It was sort of viral in 2013.
Yeah, mildly viral.
Yeah.
Anything around Kanye at that time was popping off. It was blowing the heck up. Then it just disappeared like these things do. Trends, they die. They go in, they go out, not unlike the tide.
And the game was never heard from again.
For 2 years. Then the game bubbled back up out of nowhere when somebody unlocked this hidden level.
Apparently there's a point in the game where a character comes up to you and asks what you want to do today, and you can type your answer, and you can type anything. You can say like, I want to rap, I want to go to sleep, I want to shit, I want to piss, I want to fuck.
Oh my God.
We're allowed to swear, we're on the internet.
Okay, we can say stuff like freaking farts.
And we can say horse's cock.
I won't. I dare not say that kind of stuff.
Say one really rude word.
Okay. Punani. Is that rude?
But if you type the word ascend,
Something freaking wild happens.
The game gives you this real hidden message.
Congratulations. You have proven yourself to be an open-minded and curious thinker. We must apologize, but the game you were playing up until this point was a front. The following is a thought exercise. This exercise may or may not be restricted to this software. You will not be timed. You may begin now. Welcome to your ascension.
That message is actually pretty freaking creepy and weird.
It's
if I
very
don't say
strange.
so. It's strange.
Highly unusual.
It's not normal.
So this thought experiment, as they call it, is a series of cryptic codes, and if you get all of them right, it asks you to enter your personal information into the game. So you can put in your phone number, your email address, your street address, and once you've done all that, you get this message.
Thank you. Enjoy the next 2 weeks and await further instruction.
So what does all this mean?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know either.
A lot of other internet researchers believe that Kanye Quest's eerie, secret hidden level is in fact a recruitment tool for a cult called ascensionism.
What the frick is ascensionism?
Well, I'm getting to that if you'll give me 5 seconds. Ascensionism, according to a bunch of old websites from 2006 that I printed off some screenshots of.
Yeah, now they're physical media.
Ascensionism is a religious movement stating that human beings can transcend their current limitations. They believe that the human soul can be cloned and that through science, humanity may ascend to a truly godlike state.
I just told you who I thought I was. A god!
Ascensionism is about the drive to become post-human, aka transhumanism.
But what is transhumanism?
Transhumanism is about how to use science and technology to transcend our human biological limitations, whether that's using things like CRISPR gene editing, NAD+, to make ourselves essentially immortal and find a way to have healthy replications of the cells, whether it's stem cells, right? Using all these modern technologies to slow down or potentially reverse the human aging process.
So it's all like the singularity, right? Becoming one with the machine.
I think so. I think that's what it is.
Finding immortality through the internet.
I believe so, yes.
Do you think that's real? Do you think that's possible?
People have simulated a death experience or a near-death experience and seeing what it's like to view your body from up high and taking people through that experience. Maybe that might be something that could be looked at with euthanasia, for example. What would it be like to die in real life, but while you're in a simulation?
I was raised in a pretty traditionally Catholic family. I thought I was an atheist for a little while. Now I don't know. I kind of like the idea of faith and of an afterlife. I don't know where I stand on this kind of like techno internet-y version of it though.
And you know, transhumanism actually has some religious offshoots, right? We've got like Christian transhumanists and Mormon transhumanists. You gotta watch out for the Mormons, right? You can see them.
I'm really into this shit. Like, this appeals to me so much. I'm, getting a little bit older in my life. I'll be honest about that. And the idea that there is some kind of actual afterlife out there, whether it be technologically based, that seems more factual to me than some kind of more spiritual stuff. I don't know.
Do you think we're living in a simulation?
Jury's out for me.
Can we load up a porno for him to do?
Sure, any preference?
Do you think that this is a recruitment tool for a new age cult?
Yes.
Me too. And that is why I choose to spend 5 episodes, perhaps 6 if we get extra funding, finding out if that's true.
Here's my big question. If the ideas behind ascensionism are real, who the frick is Phoenix?
Well, there's a theory that I'm working on, and it's based on a lot of hints within the game.
Okay.
I've theorized that Phoenix is none other than the Louis Vuitton Don himself, Kanye West.
Okay. What are your hints?
The game's based on him.
You gotta have more than that.
Well, it is from 2013, where also Kanye West never even released an album, a sneaker, a shirt, nothing.
Is that true? Let's
Off
find
the
that out
record,
before you actually...
He's out there in the wild. We don't know what he's doing.
The album Yeezus comes out in 2013.
I think you're mistaken.
No, it says it right here.
It doesn't surprise me to think that maybe he's trying to create a new religion in his mold.
But who do you think Phoenix is?
Well, plenty of other internet sleuths have come before us, and they all believe that the identity of Phoenix is one person, a person by the name of Nick Lyons. I've spent days and nights sweating and pacing and pondering and looking at all the clues, and I've got to say I've come to the exact same conclusion as all of them.
Well, I'm going to double check these notes, and this is what we have found out. Nick Lyons is apparently Phoenix, the creator of Kanye Quest 3030 The Game, and also an experimental musician with a bunch of songs on YouTube and Bandcamp under the name Ascensionism Records. But there's a reason that you and I have become quite invested in this mystery. Why we're so fascinated is because on Nick Lyons' Bandcamp, there's a little morsel of information that you should reveal. You've got to tell them.
I get to say it?
You get to say it.
Okay, so on Nick Lyons' Bandcamp website, there's a location for where they're based. And apparently, according to this, they are from Australia.
They're Aussie.
They're Aussie.
Like us.
We are also.
We are Australian, much like this creator of the game.
So we are literally closer than anyone else in the world has ever come to unmasking this guy.
Ballarat, Victoria is where they're located.
Yes.
That's driving distance, 116 kilometers from where we are sitting right now.
We could get an Uber there.
Well, I don't know if we have the funding for an Uber, but we could drive there. You could. I don't have a license. You could drive us there.
I could drive us there.
And there's a little bit more, right?
There is. So I searched the name Nick Lyons across all social media, including a website called facebook.com, which is
famous website.
Incredibly famous, well known. And when I searched the name Nick Lyons, I found a Nick Lyons in Ballarat, Victoria.
Check, check.
And I found that I have one mutual friend with Nick Lyons.
And who's that friend?
That friend is...
Hi.
State your name for the record.
My name is Mark Samhill Bonanno.
But we want to ask you about a particular friend you have on your Facebook accounts. A friend by the name of...
Nick Lyons.
Nick Lyons.
You remember Nick Lyons?
Yeah.
Does it ring bells?
Yeah, it does. Nick is someone who I used to work at Sovereign Hill with. Sovereign Hill is an open-air museum that is a recreation of what Ballarat was like during the gold rush years.
Okay.
Nick and I worked there as people who dressed up, walked around the streets, and and Nick was a musician, so he would dress up as well, and he would play, and I just worked at Sovereign Hill with him. I just always thought he was a very funny, weird guy. We connected over our love of like heavy music and like weirdo shit. The reason he's always been in my head is that he gave me an idea for an Aunty Donna sketch, which is one that we ended up like filming and putting online called Come On My Keys. I can't stop coming all over my keys.
And it's actually one of my favorites.
Is it really? It's that's fucked. That says mountains about you as a man.
Unfortunately, I've revealed my true self.
I just came into work one day. He just went fucking out of nowhere. He just goes, last night, couldn't stop coming on my keys. No one laughed. And I like fucking started crying. Like I keeled over in fucking tears. Like no, everyone just looked at it like, okay, and moved on. I thought it was the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard. I had a new notebook. It was the first thing I wrote on the first page was just, I can't stop coming on my keys. And so he's always been in my head because we, you know, like I left Ballarat and he's someone I completely lost contact with, but he's just always been there.
Why don't we play Mark some music?
This is a track, Ascensionism.
Throughout this investigation, we've seen a name. Nick Lyons. But who is he?
I think it's really catchy.
That's not music.
The rumor is that Kanye Quest 3030 is a recruitment tool for a cult called Ascensionism, and that cult is led by a man called Nick Lyons.
And
Nick Lyons is allegedly a musician and is allegedly Australian, much like your old work friend. Can you tell us, do you think this feels like the same person? Your old workmate, our current lead suspect.
Yeah.
Do you think they seem like they're the same person?
There is zero doubt in my mind that that's come from the Nick that I knew.
would you be willing to break that 10-year dry spell and message him for us?
Yeah, I'll reach out to him.
Will you?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You're trying to buy a couch or something?
That's none of your business.
Sorry?
That's so rude.
Sorry. I just notice things and I say them out loud.
My God, I am looking for a couch.